This video is highly intelligent. Citizens entitled the Federal Fund Police, a court case that lets me say unsavory things about even more unsavory people if I was a Nepo Baby ran corporation. This installment of shit show that is American politics takes place in a fantasy world known as late 2000s America, the time of getting bullied for watching anime, and the 2008 housing crisis, steep up the slopes, and the good old days after 9/11. Our morally great protagonist is John Citizens United, born in God's year of 1988, the year of George Harry Warren Bush, to a loving modern friends couple that is David Bozzi and Floyd Brown, and also the current owner of a 1.3 star review on Google. Let's check out some reviews. Double A Ron Clark says, I just found that these people are responsible for allowing corporations to contribute to political campaigns, hence ruin democracy for everyone, and turning America into an oligarchy. These people are the worst. This guy has to be reputable. He has 7 updates.
This is a sham! They made my refrigerator run!
Oh wow, the villainy here is despicable. Now, his refrigerator may be running, but you know what isn't running? The Hillary Clinton movie. At least, initially. But what's the deal with it in the first place? Well, don't ask me. I'm nowhere near certified to speak about politics. Well, don't ask me. I'm not certified to speak about politics or anything. Baka! Damn. Am I mudded? Just a few years prior to when the movie was thought up and made, Congress dropped some free DLC, the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act of 2002 that prohibited electioneering communication paid for by incorporated entities before elections. Wow, I can't believe it. Congress actually dropped good DLC. And I think it's going to be positively reviewed on Steam, unlike Hearts of Iron 4 DLCs. Huh. Thanks, Congress-san. Thank you, McCain. Oh yes, he's dead. Well, thanks, Feingold. No problem, Kerr. Well, with electioneering prohibited and my pioneering of alcohol-induced AP Gov videos, all seemed well in the force. Until the Fire Nation attacked. Aaron Yeager here decided to complete his destiny and became the villain, and just like the show, he was always the villain. Citizens United thought it would be a funny idea to pursue their interest in filmmaking by creating Hillary, the movie. A 90-minute masterclass in putting me to sleep. Wow, they've got a hidden talent, right? They should keep it hidden. With editing less comparable to an 18-year-old getting worked like a slave by his master Big AP government, Citizens United ended up creating the Mona Lisa of movies, which, all in all, was just a big fuck you to Hillary Clinton. Or, in based and neurodivergent pill terms, told the viewers to not subscribe to our YouTube channel, something that you guys should be doing to me, or also have an aneurysm from taking AP Gov. Though, with no more soft money, or money that just so happens to shimmy its way into a political party that is not accounted as going to a particular candidate, and no electioneering ads from corporations and or unions before elections, definitely not stripped from Google, how was Aaron Yeager supposed to start to air their 3 ads on DirecTV for my, at the time, not demented grandmother? I guess I'm afraid that my 3 ads are gonna violate the BCRM.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. United. Take a gamble and take this to court and try to actively ruin democracy for everyone other than the rich. Run against the flow, that is section 203.
I shall try.
I know you will.
To gain the power of the gods, Citizens United brought their case to the District Court of the District of Columbia.
District Court, I've come for your head. Let me post my cringe online.
In accordance to the Oritis Mechanic de Analysis Cardinale, Section 43 of the BCRA, ratio plus cringe plus fuck you.
But, Your Honor, it's unconstitutional. My First Amendment right.
Sir, you're a politically motivated corporation which is just trying to express your advocacy for the defeat of Hillary Clinton in the upcoming election, and thus are not exempt from the ban on corporate funding of electioneering communications.
But
Apologies, Mr. Citizens. We are going to continue to uphold the decision from the previous episode, which you can watch on Hulu, McConnell v. FEC 2003. Pull up a basic summary of the court case.
I'll come back stronger. I will get you. I will post my cringe online.
In summary, the court denied Citizens United's motion for a preliminary injunction, finding that the Citizens United was unlikely to succeed on the merits because the movie had no reasonable interpretation other than that as an appeal to vote against Hillary Clinton. July 18, 2008. On July 18, the District Court ruled that under Section 203 of the BCRA, it prohibited Citizens United from paying to have the film shown on television within 30 days of the 2008 Democratic primaries. Yet, Citizens United wasn't completely defeated here. Like a bone thrown to a pitiful pup, they also ruled that Citizens United could broadcast advertisements for the film as they fill in the safe harbor of the FEC's prohibition regulations. It's March 24th, 2009, and Deputy Solicitor General Malcolm in the middle L. Stewart is giving an argument representing the FEC that under the Austin v. Michigan Chamber of Commerce in 1990, the government would have the power to ban books if those books contain content expressly advocating the election or defeat of a candidate and were published or distributed by a corporation or labor union. In other words, my smut was fine. I mean, he was arguing an already set precedent. Now you see, Malcolm in the middle here made a small oopsie, arguing that you can ban books is normally a bad thing. As you know, who else banned books? Hitler. Well, aside from him, Malcolm shot himself in the foot again when talking about Kindle ebooks of all things. Now, the issue of Kindle ebooks and arguing that the government can ban those too is that it makes the government, whom I knew Malcolm is supposedly representing, seem pretty fucking silly. The court was about to make its ruling on the originally proposed narrow question about whether or not Citizens United can show their documentary slop, and even on a vote with a vote of 5-4 in favor of Citizens United. John Roberts, the Chief Justice, would write the initial opinion of the court saying that the BCRA allowed the showing of the film. But Justice Anthony Kennedy wanted to be all extra, and argued that why should they stop there? Why not go further? The majority of the other justices agree with Kennedy, and thus they convinced Robert to re-sign the writing and allow Kennedy's opinion to be the majority opinion. The dissenting opinion was assigned to David Souter, and like a good little boy, David here completed his task. Among Us joke, and then retired promptly because this shit was so ass. The dissenting opinion would accuse the majority of manipulating court procedures, says the court reached issues no one asked for, aired the court's internal dirty laundry, and implied that Roberts engineered the outcome like some sort of anime villain. This dissenting opinion was too spicy for poor old Roberts to handle at the moment, so he decided to withdraw his opinion and have the case re-argued at a later date. The case would be argued on September 9, 2009 for discussion of whether it might be necessary to overrule Austin v. Michigan Chamber of Commerce or McConnell v. FEC. January 21st, 2010. 5-4. Citizens United won the match. On January 21st, 2010, the court issued a 5-4 decision in favor of Citizens United that struck down the BCRA restrictions on independent political expenditures by corporations as violations of the First Amendment. And with that, democracy of the people became democracy for the people with small hearts and big wallets. To what extent did the Supreme Court's decision in Citizens United v. FEC redefine the balance between the free speech rights and democratic equality? And how has the resulting rise of unlimited corporate and independent spending transformed the structure, influence, and public trust of American electoral politics? This case has heavily impacted society and elections as a whole. One of the many key impacts of this case was the creation of super PACs, and these super PACs are able to spend an endless amount of money and accept as many contributions as they want on individuals, unions, and other corporations. PACs also became a major part in elections, as they can just significantly increase the amount of money on campaigns ranging from millions to over $1 billion. The case has also caused a surge of dark money, as opposed to good money, I suppose, in politics, and organizations can essentially spend large amounts of their money on political activities and actions, and they don't need to disclose their donors, so their spendings remain a mystery and the origins of their funds are kept secret.